the government will reintroduce the collection of road toll on selected roads in the country next year. The reintroduction of road toll is one of the revenue measures contained in the 2023 budget presented to Parliament by the Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta last week. Payment of toll on public roads ceased in November 2021 as part of policy measures announced by government under the 2022 budget. Debating the 2023 budget statement on Wednesday, the minority members, led by the minority spokesperson on roads and transport, Gov't, Kwame Agboja, welcomed this new decision.
Year on year, we are spending less on maintenance of our road. Mr. Speaker, the temptation to say I've done a new road so that people will say how many kilometers you have done is leading us into a situation where it's just like having children. Instead of looking after them, you ignore them and keep having more children. That is why many of the roads are so in a deplorable state. We are not spending enough on maintenance of our road because perhaps politically people think if you maintain a certain road, it's not a new road. Mr. Speaker, new roads also would require maintenance just after a year after construction. So, Mr. Speaker, I think the road minister must pay attention to this. On page 40, paragraph 462, we welcome the decision by the road minister to bring back the road tolls. We take no pride in saying we told you so, Mr. Speaker. It was populist, it was unnecessary, we told you, and they were there shouting, oh, we are going to do it because we had e-levy. Today, we want to bring the road toll. But Mr. Speaker, some members of the party that belong to the other side had the courage to tell you that if you want a road toll, you should go and collect it yourself. Today, they have brought a law here to say they are bringing it back. Mr. Speaker, on principle, we supported it that it should remain that time. We are still supporting it that they should bring it back. But there will be no blank checks. If you bring the road toll back, all the accruals must go into road maintenance. Otherwise, we are not going to support you. That is why we say decap the road fund.
So I've been joined via Zoom by the Deputy Roads Minister, Stephen Jalula, for more on this. Stephen, I believe you can hear me. Welcome to Newsbeat. Why the sudden U-turn?
All right. Thanks for having me on your program this afternoon. As you are aware already, in 2022 budget, road tolls were taken off all the public roads in Ghana, public roads and bridges in Ghana. Principally because of the inconveniences and the congestions that they created for the motoring public. And in there, the government made provisions for more allocation to the road sector for roads development and maintenance through the e-levy. But unfortunately, as we all know, the e-levy didn't work out the way the government wanted it to go. And due to that fact, we didn't achieve much as far as this road revenues are concerned. So now that we are before the IMF seeking for their assistance, it's only right that we look at all avenues to rake in more revenue for the roads development in Ghana.
So exactly when is it expected that the collection of the tolls will be reintroduced?
First of all, we have to pass the appropriation bill before anything could start. And if you look at the budget, the statement on the reintroduction of the road tolls, we are not just going to introduce the road tolls the way we had it before we suspended the collection. We are going to reintroduce technology to help us, and that means that we have to take some time to fix all the necessary technologies that will be deploying to help us achieve the targets that we are looking at.
Okay, the road tolls were scrapped on the premise that they do not generate enough revenue. Now, how much revenue do you think, in your outfit's estimation, the government has lost since the cessation of the tolls last year?
Averagely, we were making around 78 million per year. So as it stands now, about 78 million Ghana cedis were lost to the state, but we hope to recover because with the introduction of the technologies that we hope to deploy, and also who knows, we could also expand the road tolls to other roads that we have constructed recently. And the Parliament may also want us to increase the road tolls from the levels that we left them in 2022. And that means that it will be bringing in more revenue than we had before we suspended the collection.
Mr. Deputy Minister, thank you very much for your time this afternoon.